20 still have chips.
And 1,000 of them cashed. 9 of these 15 will win $1 million or more.
Folded around to 27-year-old pro Alex Turiansky, originally from Russia, grew up in Germany, now lives in Florida. Queen 9 of hearts. He's going to raise it up to 500,000. The blinds at 120 and 240,000.
They call it the November 9, so the 10th place finisher here will not go home happy with $750,000.
Federico Buderoni, an Italian pro, folds his button. Negreanu with ace-jack of clubs in the small blind. 40-year-old, 6-time World Series bracelet winner just calls. Josh Beckley, 24-year-old Jersey pro, 10-8 of hearts, comes along. 3 players to this flop. And that fits Beckley's hand quite well. A queen high straight. Even better, the other 2 hit that flop as well. Negreanu. Middle pair. Daniel bets 850,000. Beckley now.
You don't often see Negreanu lead out in a 3-way flop in which he has a 3% hand. And Beckley, the shortest of these 3 stacks, trying to figure out how to play the flop straight.
Josh trying not to salivate openly. With that straight, he just calls. Turiansky with queens up.
Turiansky's sunglasses are so dark, I believe he misreads 83% of flops.
He saw that one, though. Beckley with the best of it. 2 pair for Turiansky. A lot of chips in the middle. And there's a raise from Alex to 2.2 million.
Well, Daniel thought he had a good hand. I once thought I had a future in kinesiology.
Daniel confident to know where he's at, meaning behind, so he folds back to Beckley now.
With Beckley's chip stack, I think he only has one move here. It starts with all and ends with in.
Turiansky with a much bigger chip stack. The chips are stacked and all in. And the call from Turiansky comes immediately, and he sees he's in trouble.
That backdoor hearts, too.
Oh, 2 hearts, got 2 blockers to the backdoor hearts, though.
I just noticed that, Joe. Thanks for pointing it out.
You're welcome, buddy. There's no straight flush possibilities, though.
These guys should announce for a living.
Turiansky has over a third of his chips leaning towards Beckley. That's no help to Alex.
I wasn't watching.
Turiansky needs a queen or a 9 to bust Josh Beckley.
The river card is paint but a king. Beckley will survive.
Nice hand, kid. Thank you.
Disgusting.
Who said that?
I just don't like being in the tank.
I did once this tournament.
That's the first time I put the clock in the tournament, I think.
Matthew Guan folds 4s, shorts.
Yeah.
A couple of 3s. He limps.
Some of us like milking our coffee. Some of us like to sleep on our backs. Justin Schwartz likes to limp with small pairs.
Turiansky has a big pair, queens.
Yeah, that is a big pair. And Guan actually folded a small pair, pocket 4s.
Turiansky with a raise to 650. Joe McKeon with 6s again.
How many times is this fella going to be dealt pocket 6s late in the main event?
You got like 10, Justin?
This is also a small pocket pair.
The big stacked McKeon with the call.
See, Lon, deuces to 6s are small pocket pairs, 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s are middle pairs, and jacks and higher are big pairs.
13 years I've been doing this with you, and I never realized you were Stu Unger. All right, so Schwartz has the action. The raise coming from Turiansky.
Schwartz getting a good price to call, and he knows if he flops a set, it could be a big payoff.
So, Stewie, that's kind of what implied odds are, right?
I don't know.
650. 650, right?
Justin calls for 410,000 more, so these 3 pocket pair will see the flop. Here it is, and it is deuce tray 6. My McKeon and Schwartz both flop a set.
It's an action flop. It's a flop that will inflict an abundance of pain.
Schwartz slow playing his set. Check. Turiansky with the queens. He loves that flop. He bets 700,000. Now McKeon with the biggest hammer.
Yeah, this is as good as it gets if you're Joe McKeon.
What a knack he has for flopping a set with pocket sixes. And he is just going to call.
And this is as bad as it gets for Justin Schwartz. He gets his dream flop, and it's a nightmare.
Joe McKeon has him right where he wants him.
Mullen.
Wow, he says, let's go. And that lights up McKeon's eyes, but Turiansky to act yet.
Need to come, please.
Turiansky bet confidently, and now he's on his heels. And I don't know if he can get away from pocket queens here. But if he doesn't, he might be heading home with Justin Schwartz.
Alex started the hand with almost 12.8 million. Justin Schwartz, 10.2. McKeon has them both easily covered. Joe can't wait to act, but he's patiently waiting.
Call.
Alex somehow folded the queens, and now Justin wakes up to the bad end of set over set.
You are the most disgusting human being in the
Got
world.
2 threes?
Of course.
Wow.
Wow. Pick one. You gotta be kidding me. Joke. You better win the tournament, you idiot. Oh my God. I did get one outed out of a tournament this year, though, so I am owed a one outer. I did get one outed out of the 1500 for the chip lead.
Daniel, do you fold queens there?
I don't know, man.
I fold queens.
That's a great fold. I guess with the guy behind you, but I mean, he just has flush draw a lot, right? But I guess even if he has that, maybe.
No, you remember what you said after he limped when you raised with
he likes
seven?
that pairs. I know
Oh,
what
what
he
an
wants to
awesome life I live.
Turn card Justin with one out. That's not it.
I don't do handshakes, people.
I don't do handshakes, people. The Justin Schwartz anthem. Well, Justin needs to find the last 3 in the deck somewhere in this Thunderdome.
3.
The river card's a 5, and that will end it. Justin Schwartz knocked out. My goodness. Schwartz, like any player, all winners identified. To the outer table of 7, Pierre Neuville is on the button with pocket jacks. At the far end, Patrick Chan opened for 725 with ace-queen of hearts.
Neuville, 72, trying to become the oldest player to make the main event final table since Johnny Moss last got there in 1985 at age 78.
Pierre with a re-raise to $1,950,000. He's got the big stack here. Patrick, the short stack. George McDonald with ace-jack. And he gives it up. And Chan all in.
Well, we've seen Pierre call all-ins with a lot worse. He's certainly going to call here.
Pierre committing a small portion of his large stack. Chan couldn't ignore that big hand. He's pinned his hopes of staying alive on ace-queen of hearts. Neuville with the jacks. Can they hold?
You know, the 26-year-old Brooklyn pro in a race for his main event life, and he is behind.
Pierre Neuville trying to work his magic at that outer table again. Here's the flop. Oh, hearts! That's 118-1 to flop that flush.
I know, I've played suited cards 236 times in my life, and I've flopped a flush twice.
There you go. Oh, now a set for Neuville. He never makes it easy on an opponent.
Chan doesn't want to face the table now. Hold your horses, stop the presses. If the board pairs, Chan is out of here.
The river card is a queen. Yes. There is the much-needed double up for Chan.
Pierre keeps looking at that board, trying to change it.
So Patrick Chan doubles into 6th place. Negreanu still in the mix. Let's go to the outer table. 12 remaining overall. The payout well over $500,000 now. Pierre Neuville looking at 6-5. He'll give it up. The big stack at this table over Zvi Stern. 10-8 of spades.
He is the X factor among these dozen players left. It's like he's on a different racetrack. I never know if he's going to zig or zag.
Over Zvi with a raise to 675. Now George McDonald, the Scottish pro, 40 big blinds and pocket queens.
McDonald with a big hand and position on Stern.
McDonald has been a pro since '06. He left school, said poker's going to be better for me. With the queens, he's got some of the red chips, a re-raise to $2,200,000. Big blind Max Steinberg. His suit looks nice, the card's not so nice. Stern says all in.
He said all in?
Yeah.
It can't be.
That would put McDonald all in.
Yeah, he's been 4-bet for his main event. Only aces or kings beat McDonald, but it is for his tournament. It gives him pause. Of course, it is over Z Stern, and he has 10-8. Wow.
Take a moment, George. It is for your main event life. Stern putting his big stack to work. There is the call with the queens. McDonald in position to be a big player at this late stage of the main event.
I'm sure McDonald in disbelief when he looks at Stern's cards, but it will turn to delight when it sinks in. He's a 4-1 favorite to double up to a huge stack.
Offers v. Stern's unorthodox style catching up to him here.
Yeah, who can figure him? He shoves with 10-8 for 55% of his stack.
McDonald in line for the double up. Here's the flop. 2 spades gives Stern a nerve-rattling flush draw if you're in McDonald's shoes.
On day 6, Stern knocked out Charles Chatha in 50th place with 8-7 suited versus pocket aces. Stern made a flush on the turn.
Turn card, a spade, and Stern scores the flush. McDonald has outs, though.
A lightning bolt to George McDonald's main event. He has to have an ace or queen now.
The river's a 5 of diamonds, a shocking and gut-wrenching knockout blow to George McDonald, who could almost feel the 25 million chips in his hands.
I think he's lying. He wants the money more.
Blinds are up to 200 and 400,000. The ante's still 50K. Joe McKeon on the button, Jack Trace suited.
He glances at the big blind and the small blind as if to say, your blinds are mine, chumps.
Still with the min raise, but that's worth 800,000 now.
Everyone's playing so tight, it's folded to Joe almost every time.
Negreanu, big blind. Ace 4. Just a call.
In a similar spot with King 10, we just saw Daniel push. This time, he plays it differently.
Negreanu, McKeon. Here's the flop. 10 king ace. Negreanu with top pair. McKeon, though, with flush and straight draws. It's check to Joe.
Automatic C-bet coming here from McKeon. He's got the combo draw.
700,000. Daniel with the aces, all in.
Big draw. Big draw. Have a draw.
And a call.
Big draw. I got him. Got to hold him.
Good luck, Joe.
At ace 4. I got the ace 4, he's got the jack 3.
Daniel gets it in with the best of it, but he's only got 56% equity. I mean, he loses his hand almost half the time on the edge of the November 9. And you know when you keep blowing up a helium balloon and you get it to max size and then you take your fingers off and let it flutter in the air until it falls to the ground? That's what his elimination would be like for this crowd.
That pairs Joe.
That gives me more outs. That's a good card.
5 more outs.
Yeah, it just feels like McKeon has half the deck now. He doesn't, but he's got a lot of cards to bust kid poker.
McKeon trying to get his 10-handed. The river card is a queen for the straight. And he cuts down Daniel Negreanu.